Hello, I'm Carroll County Sheriff Terry Langley, and I've been the sheriff here in Carroll County for the last 24 years, and I'm honored to be the sheriff. Today, to the Bristow family, I'm honored that you would have me to say a few words about your loved one. I've been very pleased to, and it's been my pleasure to meet you all this past week. I'm so sorry it was under these circumstances. But Taylor loved family, and family was very important, and I know now that I can see that, how he loved y'all and how y'all loved him. So thank you for letting me have a part. There's a few people I want to thank. I could not go on and on and on, but man, just the escort up here, unreal. At the office of the Sheriff of Carroll County, we've just been overwhelmed by the response that has been given to this family and to our office. Unbelievable. Phone calls, text messages, cards, letters, money, food, prayers. Makes me even more proud to be a law enforcement official in these times, knowing we have that much support. I want to thank first the Fulton County Sheriff's Department, Sheriff Patrick Labatt, Chief Deputy Antonio Johnson. Man, they couldn't have been nicer to us, as has been said. They took care of our every need. The sheriff was there many days with us and with the family. Thank you. The Atlanta Police Department was just as well, and the chief came and visited and stayed with us for a day. Just everybody overwhelming. The staff at Grady. Can't say enough about the staff at Grady Hospital and how they, to the best of their ability, made the family comfortable and done everything humanly possible to save Taylor's life. But it just wasn't to be. The Georgia Sheriff's Association and its chaplains program, and many other people that came forward to offer prayers and to talk to our officers and to the family. Taylor Bristow, they asked me the other day about him, and first thing comes to mind is a man of few words. He was just that way. I would walk down the hall. I didn't see him on a daily basis. We have 200 employees. But there's a few cases that our path crossed. And one day I asked him, I said, such and such case, I don't even remember what it was. How's that case going? And I sat down with my cup of coffee, and he said, good. And so I got up and left. I said, well, he said it was good. I said, I'll take his word for it. Some of them I talked to, they want to give me the whole case file and who all they interviewed and what time they ate lunch and everything else. Not Taylor. He was a man of few words. But one thing I knew immediately, he was dedicated. We hired him in 2018 as a patrol deputy. And like all of you law enforcement people, it was very plain to see that he wanted to be in law enforcement. It was not a paycheck. It was not a position, but it was a calling. I honestly believe he had a calling to serve in law enforcement capacity. And you have to have it, or you're not going to last in this day and time. He had it. I might also mention, and I'm not sure if he's here, is Sheriff Gullidge here. I think I saw him earlier. And if he is, I just want Sheriff Gullidge from Paulding County to know that our hearts and prayers are still with them over his deputy Cunningham. Gary Gullidge is a great friend of mine and the sheriff of Paulding County, and right as they were going through the process of planning that funeral, he was texting me and calling me and telling me he loved me, like so many sheriffs throughout the state, and it just meant so much. And I know the governor don't want people to mention his name, but I can't help it. Brian Kemp texted me, called me, and I know he does other law enforcement, and it's not a show. He can't run for governor again. He's not doing it for any reason but sincerity, and Governor, we certainly appreciate you and checking in on us, and not only on this case, but on many, many cases. All the agencies, unbelievable, unbelievable. What a family. That's what Taylor was. He was our family. He was a part of our department. As an officer, he was dedicated. It was a calling. He took an oath of office. He said, I'm going to enforce all the laws in the land. I'm going to support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the state of Georgia. And I'm going to do it without malice or partiality. And Taylor did that, and he did it professionally, and he did it right. And he enjoyed it. Everybody loved him. He started in the patrol division, and has been said he wanted to be a detective. And he put in a few times, and he just came up just short. But Captain Guy Pope told him, said, now Taylor, I believe you can do the job, and I believe you can do it right, but you need to start in the meantime, work your training towards that and other things. And he worked, and he worked. The next go around, he applied for investigator, Major Dotson, even the Chief Deputy Robinson, and Captain Pope said, we want to give him a chance. He took the investigator's job, and it was just like a light come on. He done a fantastic job. He enjoyed it. He was dedicated, like most of you are. He was also compassionate, which it takes that for a law enforcement officer. One day I got a call from a lady, and she told me that she thought 3 children were being neglected, that they wasn't being fed, they wasn't being bathed, they wasn't being sent to school. And Taylor and Department of Family and Children's Services went to the house, and the next day I saw Taylor, and I said, what do you think? Still a man of few words. But he said, boss, there's no crime there. These people are just poor. They're just barely getting by. But there's a grandmother there, the only one that's got a job, and there's 4 other people there, and 3 of them are children, and they're doing the best that they can. And it told me something about Taylor, about his compassion, about how he cared for other people. And he also knew what it was like, and most law enforcement do, knows what it's like to live from payday to payday and not knowing if the ends are going to meet. He was compassionate. He loved his family. And I was talking with Melissa and the kids a little bit this past week at the hospital, and she said he treated her like a queen. Made sure that no matter how bad the money looked, he assured her that they were going to make it. And that's what he provided for his family. He loved his mother and father and brothers, whole family. You can just look at the pictures all the times, watching ball games, doing different things, and you see that he loved his family. I could go on and on, but I know today you've been sitting a while, and I know this family have had 9 days of wearing them out. I want to go to that fateful day the morning that he was killed in the line of duty. That morning, Melissa said he got up, as he did every morning, but this time early. This time he had to go for a search warrant. And he thought they had a predator. And he wanted to be there for the search warrant. And he left and he kissed her bye and told her he loved them. And they didn't know that that'd be the last time they ever talked. You and I know in law enforcement the danger's there, and we know about it. And Taylor knew about the danger, but he had courage to go ahead and do his job. You know, today, and I don't want to go to preaching because I think I'm preaching to the crowd, but the stats show that 99-point-something% of all law enforcement officers do a decent job, and they do it admirably, and they do it because they enjoy it, and they do it professionally. But in recent years, this defund police crap and all this stuff have taken a few bad cops that have disgraced the badge and tried to smear law enforcement. But that didn't last long. Defund the cops didn't last long because the thieves and the hoodlums almost toted them off. And so now we're back to the need for law enforcement. In this community, in Carroll County, in West Georgia, people on the sides of the roads with their hands over their hearts in support. Ladies and gentlemen of law enforcement, if you don't think you have support in the state of Georgia, you just look around. You're supported, people are praying for you, and I say God bless you. Taylor was a son. His mom, dad here. He was a brother. He was a nephew, a husband, a father, a grandson, and a law enforcement officer. Taylor Bristow is a hero. He was only 30 years old. His family will miss him sorely. All of us will miss him terribly. But I can promise you one thing, he will never, ever be forgotten. Thank you.